Ja, det förstår jag. Jag har kommit tillbaka till Kalifornien. Ja, jag är tillbaka i San Francisco.
I'm Thomas Meyerhoffer, and I'm from Sweden. I've been surfing since 1982. I windsurfed, but for us, windsurfing and the waves were as close as you could come to surfing at that point. Today, there's people surfing everywhere in Sweden, where we used to windsurf. Same spots, same waves. All through my high school, I used to build the windsurfing boards and windsurf a lot. And then when I decided what I wanted to do, I had to go to a design school and study car design. And there was no schools in Sweden, so I applied and had to use my surfboards to get into the school. So I got to go in the late 80s, surf the real waves. And after my studies at Art Center, I wanted to see if I could get a job at Porsche in Germany, and got to work on the interior of the new Boxster. Even if I loved the work, it was difficult for me to stay in the deep forest of Germany, and I was longing for the ocean, to go surfing again. So I packed my bags and I applied for a job, and I got many offers in California, and I decided to start working at IDEO. I worked there for about 4 years to do many different designs. And then I got a call one day from Apple, and I designed a computer called eMate, which was the first translucent Apple computer. But I think at a certain time, there was I had all these projects I wanted to do, and I decided I'm gonna set up my own studio. I've had my studio now for 15 years. And done a lot of different projects. After Apple, I started to work for the sport industry. I designed the first sort of wrap-around ski goggle for Smith. I designed windsurfing sails for Neil Pride. And during this time, I got more and more interested in going back and looking at the surfboard again, and started to surf more and more. What I do as a designer is really trying to create objects which has meaning, a meaning which you experience intuitively. I was very curious if I could do something with the surfboards. So I used all these modern tools to do this. I use CAD a lot. All my boards are designed in the computer very precisely. The surfers which have had bigger experiences, which are understanding the whole context of surfing, they are very open towards my shapes and my boards, and they understand what I'm trying to do, and they also are open to experiencing them.
Definitely a really different surfboard, and I'm not gonna lie, I saw it and I pretty much thought there's no way in hell that thing was gonna work. Say you do a cutback and you get a little bit stuck behind, and just hold that line and that thing just starts flying. It definitely opened my eyes and kind of got me more inspired again. really good values of a single fin, which are speed and surfing on a rail, but then at the same time, you can turn it on a dime and it will just follow its line and spring right out of it. To me, it has the best of both worlds. You almost feel like you get rid of a lot of the bullshit that's in surfing.
I surf because of the experience. My social keeps context, not the sort of direction. I like to surf where there's not so many people. I got heckled a lot. I got heckled on my local beach. I got heckled everywhere. My social context for the surfboard is not local, it's global. I'm inspired by nature in itself, just kind of there's a certain simplicity in nature. I mean, things nowadays are getting more and more simple for me. So they might look more and more complex from the content, but the form is telling more and more the real story of the meaning of the product. The surfboard for me is an amazing piece to explore because of that, because it bridges between sculptural quality and the performance of the object, where certain parts of the board gives the user a certain type of an experience in different situations on the wave.